Hello everyone, welcome back. Chicken Police Painted Red. I'm still Dr. Beake, and this is Ursula, who we just met last time. So let's find out what's wrong with Ursula.
Wrong? That dim-witted, insane, ragged old stinky owl. That's what's wrong.
Trouble in paradise?
Whoa. It's all right, Ursula. Just tell us what happened.
What happened? You happened. And Wessler's goons. It was supposed to be the only day of the year we could have relaxed a little.
We're sorry, Ursula. You're right.
Like I care, Marty. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the bitter old owl, and I'm tired of waiting.
And?
Never mind. I'm going. This time, I'm going for good.
Hang in there, Ursula. And if there's anything we can do to help...
I think us helping is probably what the problem is.
Anything? Of course there is, my dear. I never want to see your faces again.
Ouch. I'm gonna try to talk to the old owl, all right?
Good luck with that.
Oh, and Ursula, thanks for all you've done for us. With the car.
You know, I'm starting to regret it.
That was...
I'm doing the hand thing too.
Rough.
yeah.
But understandable. I only see Bubo once a year, and even that's way too much.
A lot of people feel the same about us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Well, you know, let's talk with Bubo. Hey, Bubo.
Hey, what's up, Doc? Somehow we guessed we'd find you still awake.
Stop playing innocent. I've heard that little intermezzo. I have the ears of an owl, you know.
I never would have guessed.
We're very sorry, Bubo. I'm sure she'll come back.
Of course she'll come back. She loves me. I don't know why. And she's afraid that I'll drink myself to death once she's gone for good.
She's not wrong about that.
What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
Probably.
We're here for some information. Then we'll be out of your hair. I mean, feathers.
Who cares? So what do you want? And be quick about it.
I want everything. How's Ursula?
Say, Bubo, about Ursula.
What about her?
Well, that's just it. What if she's not coming back? I'm a little worried about you, Doc. And you know that's not my style.
Well, don't worry, boys. The wind's blowing, the sun's shining.
And Ursula always comes back.
Exactly. There are things in the universe that are unchangeable.
Touching, but you should be prepared for the worst. I thought Molly was coming back too, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I trust Ursula, Sonny. What else can I do?
Well, to be honest, that's all you can do. What do you know about this wristband, Bubo?
Zip said they gave these to patients in hospitals. That's why we came back to you.
Something similar, yes, but not exactly the same. It's different.
And?
And what?
Well, what do you think? Where's this from?
How the hoot would I know, Sonny? What am I, some kind of psychic?
Yes?
That I put my hands on it and tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try another approach. That rat you mentioned was Zip.
Should I be surprised or what?
What?
I knew it was him.
Yeah, we knew you knew.
What did that old raccoon do this time?
What didn't he do?
Gibbon was blackmailing him with something. That's what we wanted to ask you. Do you know anything about it?
I don't care about Wessler's dealings, Sonny. I patch up whoever winds up here, and I don't care if they're cops or gangsters.
Or gangster cops.
It's the same thing.
Oh, brother.
It do be like that.
Do you have any idea why Wessler's men were looking for Zip so hard?
I don't. How should I know? Why should I care?
He had to hide a body. The body of someone Wessler killed. The wristband is from the corpse.
Really?
rang a bell, old owl.
Well, boys, if I'm right, you're in deep shit.
Ah. So we found the corpse of the previous monarch?
That's more like it.
Tell us, Bubo.
So, Wessler, the wristband, and a corpse, huh? It looks very much like I know the connection. Or at least I have a hunch.
Bubo's eyes there looks like me 90% of the time I don't have a camera trained on me.
Out with it, owl face.
Okay, don't peck me, chickens.
Peck him!
Hobart Ibn Wessler has a relative who happens to be a resident at an insane asylum. The band is very likely from there.
How does this help me?
Wait, a relative? What kind of relative?
Yeah. You don't know? I thought you were the detectives. Anyway, Ibn Wessler has a twin brother, Albert.
Surely we're not dealing with a twin breaking out of the asylum and swapping places with his brother. That's too easy. Don't let it be that. That's too easy.
Albert Wessler.
You put it together very skillfully, Marty. Yes, Albert Wessler. He's a madman kept in solitary confinement.
Do you think he's the corpse? But why?
I think my sounds are a bit high. Let me change that on the fly right quick.
How the hell should I know that?
I think that's a bit better, maybe.
Thanks, Bubo. If what you told us is true, then this time we'll owe you one.
Will wonders never cease?
They really never do.
So, Albert Wessler. Which asylum do you mean, Bubo?
It's got some fancy long name. I don't remember, but I have a brochure. Let me find it for you.
Thanks, Bubo.
Here it is. Let there be peace forever. Mental institution for ill and damaged minds. Quite a beakful.
Yeah, it
Where
is.
can we find it? I've never heard of it.
It's a good 6-hour drive from Clawville.
Outside city
Maybe
limits.
more. But you'll find everything in the brochure.
You're the best, Bubo. You finally proved useful.
Even more useful than most people in the game so far.
Finally? Now get your chicken scratchers out of here while I'm asking nicely. Just one more thing.
What's that, Bubo?
If that someone was really Albert Wessler, the trouble's bigger than you think.
It's always
Why's
bigger
that?
than we think, Bubo. We're used to it.
You don't understand. Ibn Wessler never loved and respected anyone in his life like he did his brother Albert.
So what?
Then the problem's bigger than we thought. A cornered rat bites.
Well, thanks for worrying about us, Doc. But there's no way back from here. Too far, too late.
We're like hounds, old man. Once we've caught someone's leg, we never let it go.
Not while you're alive, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, goodbye then, fellas. And I wouldn't mind if you never visited me again.
The pleasure was all ours, Doc.
All right. Well.
You're the
Peace
best,
forever.
Bubo. You finally proved useful.
Just follow the Asylum Road East, Bush Marsh 966. I don't think there's any reason to go back to any of those places, so let's just bibbity-bobbity on over to the Hotel Atlas.
We had to gather ourselves, take a deep breath, and think over what we knew so far. What the chickens had I got myself into? What had I dragged Marty into?
A couple things I can think
Moreover,
of.
what had we pulled the whole city into?
Eh.
This was going to be one of those cases that changed things forever. But I wasn't worried about myself. It didn't matter to me. Too many pieces had been plucked off this old rooster. But Marty's different. He's too good of a bird and too good of a cop to end up like me.
This is the same Marty that shot you, right?
A secret twin brother? Sonny, I'm starting to feel like we're really in a detective novel. A cheap one.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah, but listen, Marty.
Marty's not going to walk away from this.
What is it, Boss Bird?
I think it's best if we go our separate ways.
What? Are you joking? I know you have a weak sense of humor, but there's a limit to everything.
I'm not joking, Marty.
Well, I certainly hope you are.
Whatever comes next, you don't need to be mixed up in it. You have someone to go home to.
Gosh damn it, Sonny. Can you hear yourself?
Well-
What do you think? I endured all this to give up now? What do you take me for? No, pal. You're not getting rid of me so easily.
I just want you to keep your career and your life intact, you moron. Just accept it, shake my hand, and go home. Your wife, Laura's waiting for you.
One more word, Sonny, and I swear I'm gonna bash your beak in. I risked my life more than once tonight. You know why?
No. Why?
Because we're a team. We have been a team for almost a decade. I don't care what Blood Boil says or whatever's on a goddamn piece of paper. We're the Chicken Police, Sonny. And we always will be.
I'm sorry. You're right.
We're gonna
He
go to
is.
that insane asylum and wrap this shit up fast and clean. Yeah, just like you said, even if it kills us.
I don't know about how fast or clean.
Thanks, Marty. Without you, I'd most likely already be sleeping the big sleep.
Birds of a feather flock together, right?
Like you say, partner.
Let's
Something like
drop
that.
this before you start crying on me, okay?
I hope not.
You almost just did.
Clock off, Marty.
That's the spirit, the Sonny I know and hate.
Delightful. Okay, what was the number on that? 555-966. Five. 9 6. That bodes ill. Well,
Please say the floor inside is covered with conspiracy theory papers and notes written with your own blood.
you'd like that, wouldn't you?
More like dirty clothes and empty bottles, Marty. Sorry.
You're no fun, Sonny.
Well, you'll get old eventually, too.
Never.
Never. Well, I mean, I called that, but there was no answer. I don't think there's anything else I can do in here, except for talk to Marty.
What do you think, Marty?
What? You care what I think? You must have hit your head pretty bad.
Wham!
Stop fooling around, Marty. I'm serious. So what do you think about everything?
Everything.
Well, I think we're in deep shit. But to be honest, Eben Wessler is in deeper shit.
Do you think he really murdered his brother? But why? And what does it have to do with Natasha and the threats?
Provided we follow his line of thinking. If we follow the fact that Eben murdered his brother, that means he's in pretty deep shit, possibly with the monarchy. The lower hanging fruit option that I suspect this to be is that the twin from the insane asylum has escaped, killed his brother, and is taking over his life for crazy person reasons. And Natasha noticed the difference between the two. That's the lower hanging fruit that I don't want to be true, because I feel like that's too obvious. Unfortunately, obvious things more frequently are the correct answer. But that's Beake theories.
Doesn't add up yet. Something's missing. Let's visit the institution and try to find out what we can about this Albert Wessler fella.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If he's the dead body, we've got to know what the motive was. If we can't, and if he's still alive, we gotta ask him directly.
And what do you think, Sonny?
I think Ibn, Albert, and Natasha are the three key players in this case. and that all of it has something to do with the brothel.
And the fact that Natasha used to be a courtesan?
I don't think that matters.
Yeah, that too.
Listen, Sonny, about Molly.
Oh, just forget it, Marty, okay? She's not part of my life anymore. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Forget it. Let's concentrate on the case, and on making it out alive, and helping Natasha, too.
All we can do is conjecture.
Whatever you say, Boss Bird. So you think Natasha's really in danger?
Her friend's dead?
It could be, or she could even be behind everything.
No, you don't believe that.
I'm not sure what I believe, Marty. Let's see. Things got mixed up at the brothel.
Yep. Barap. Zewas. With Natasha Secret. Bap. Why are you not clicking? Click it. Almost, but not quite. What? Is it? I mean, yeah, but also, Even tried to keep the secret, and found out Natasha was a secret spy. Nah, he knew that. Yes, Natasha's a lover of Zip. Yes, that's...
Natasha used to work there, that's obvious. And Ibn wanted to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
A secret, it seems. Somebody else had to pay for.
Zip dealt with the body, kept the wristband, yep. Zip did not kill them.
Somebody died for that secret. Zip hid the body, but he kept the wristband.
Yeah. Bump. I mean, there is? Not sure.
Who could it belong to?
Zip is behind all the charade. Yeah.
The dead body was almost certainly Albert Wessler, a resident of an insane asylum. But why did he have to die?
And is it actually him? Because I have a feeling that might be barking up the wrong tree. Hey. How you doing? Insane asylum.
So where exactly is this place?
Outside
A few
town.
hours drive from here, in the middle of nowhere. It's a creepy old mansion, of course.
Of course!
Of course!
You think it's a good idea to go there? What if it's a trap?
I told you, you can still go back.
Oh, wouldn't you love that? No such luck, boss. If I get killed or locked up forever in an insane asylum, that's gonna be on you.
Oh.
Thanks, pal. I deserved that.
Yeah? Moment, I gotta write a thingy down. Alright. Okay,
Still
Natasha.
trust her?
No. I never did.
I never trusted her, Marty.
I mean, you believe her?
I'm sure she was honestly afraid. People don't fake it that easy. But I can understand why she didn't tell us about her former profession.
Or how she knows Molly.
Yeah, that too. And the death of Deborah complicated things even more.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonny, she didn't seduce you, right? I mean, Natasha.
Marty.
Ah, don't be stupid, Marty. My old ticker hasn't been beating for a long time. Not that way, anyway.
Yeah, all right, boss. Who'd have thought? I believed that little rat. I thought he'd changed. Idiot.
There's a point when it's too late to change, Marty. His past caught up with him. Whatever he did since then doesn't matter.
Not much.
Exactly. And that's the case with us, too. That's
Yeah.
why I won't back down. Even though a voice in my head is screaming right now, leave it all to hell and have another drink.
Maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should.
maybe we should.
So what do you think happened to the corpse?
Probably been eaten.
Yeah.
Horrible to think about, but even if half of what they say about the hive is true, starvation, riots, arson, predation.
You're telling me. Makes my feathers stand on end when I think about what goes on in there. And we pretend we don't know about it. As if Roachtown isn't even part of Clawville.
Could you imagine if, like, 1940s New York just had a cannibal problem? And they talked about it like this? That'd be fucking wild.
This won't end well. I'm afraid soon Clawville's gonna burn once again. And because of its own foolishness.
Well, that's if another meat war doesn't break out first. 'Cause then, the whole wilderness will burn.
Lovely prospect, eh?
Either way, it was
What a
a
lovely
damn
world.
clever move for Westler to hide the body in Roachtown.
It's the only place no one will ever find it.
Like the belly of a burning ship.
Oh, I think that was an intentional red herring.
Sounds about right.
Alright, well. Can I leave now? I can't leave now. Why can't I leave? It's a nice dumpster drawing you've got there. But the game doesn't want me to leave yet.
Okay, so the picture is more or less clear. Ibn's got his brother killed because he learned Natasha worked in a brothel.
Possibly.
Yeah, that could be the case, but I believe the roots go deeper than that.
Agreed.
Which we'd only learn if we talk to him. I mean, if the corpse isn't him, because then we'd need a medium.
Yeah.
Which would be exciting, but maybe it's enough if we ask the doctor who treated him.
That too, yeah. But where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the picture is...
Yeah, that-
which...
Nope.
That...
Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Can I leave yet? No. The world's loudest car driving by. Alright, well, maybe I try calling them now? Provided I remember the correct phone number?
Hello. You've called the Let There Be Peace Forever Mental Institution for Ill and Damaged Minds. What can I do for you, sir? Or madam?
Yeah, why didn't you pick up before?
Well, I'd like to inquire about a patient who I believe is being treated at your institution. His name is Albert Wessler.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't give out that information if you don't have the password given to relatives. Do you have one?
Unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm not a relative. I'm calling from the Clawville Police Department.
Oh, I see. In that case, officer, I'd advise you to visit our institution personally. Our director and I would be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, miss. I guess I'll do that.
Why can't you answer me on the
We'll
phone?
welcome you with open arms, sir. Have yourself a beautiful, starlit night.
I hate that entire sentence.
Oh, thanks. Goodbye.
That entire text box was yikes.
Soon.
So...
We have to go there.
the thought gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps aren't good enough for you?
Ha ha ha.
Agree.
So...
It'd be better if I called Lewis. He'll open up a room for you to sleep in.
Whew, great idea.
Nice. What was the front desk? How do I call Lewis? Lewis's number is 555-932. Map. 5. Triple. 9. A 3. A team. I'm glad we wrote that down.
Hey, Lewis, it's me again.
Oh, hello, Sonny. What's up?
Were you sleeping, pal?
Me? Oh, I wasn't. Anyway, I'm always at your service.
Would you open up a room for Marty?
Naturally, Sonny.
Thanks, Lewis. I'm not even gonna say it.
I will. Only one. Again.
Again.
Yeah.
Nope. You're good to go, Marty.
Sorry for the mess, Marty. I rarely have visitors.
Don't worry about it, Sonny. I didn't expect anything else.
Thanks.
I think that's a thanks moment. Okay. But, now we can... It's really not on the map. They really just put it in the margin. Well, either way, we gotta go.
I slept like I used to sleep years ago. Like a miner or a soldier. Empty. Dead tired. Then I saw Tessa, my darling little daughter. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't recall her face. I reached out to her, but she just kept getting further and further away. Then I saw Molly. But she wasn't real. Just the ghost of a memory. I'm here, I cried. But all I heard was laughter. Not hers. Who's there? Suddenly, she appeared. Natasha. Just stood there laughing. But her eyes were cold. Then she said something. Painted red. Painted red. Painted red. That was just a dream, Sonny. Nothing more. I looked at Marty and I saw the same thing in his eyes as he probably saw in mine. It's time to hit the brakes, to turn back, go home and forget about all of this. Of course, I stepped on the gas instead. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything good, but this...
Oof.
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Hopefully.
Let's hope so.
You, color? Color.
This picture...
It's very...
special? This...
It's...
special?
Huh. I could do without the, distant crying child horror track. That'd be...
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for 100 miles.
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts must haunt those woods.
Thank you for putting that image in my head, Sonny.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me out. This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
You don't say. You've been treated here too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis himself?
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, no, no, no. The poor devil.
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe restoring its balance.
Is it?
That was very poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
Cluck you.
Ah.
That
Cluck.
Yep, nothing new there. Hey, Miranda, I probably am not allowed upstairs right now.
We should go to reception first.
Hey, Miranda.
Ah, like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Eh.
Of all the great wild ones.
Greetings, miss.
Damn!
That's a huge bitch!
Is it really you?
Well, yes.
Yes?
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
I'm afraid so. Miss, we'd like to ask...
Nope, go back. Hold up.
Of all the great wild ones.
Greetings, miss.
Is it real?
Well,
Yes, it really is.
I'm afraid so.
Of all that's furry and plumey, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Miss, we'd like to ask...
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and
Indeed.
you can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
Oh God, oh God, oh God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes, I am. I just needed some air.
Yeah, you do.
So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
You can relax.
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Okay! Achievement Police Squad unlocked. Okay.
Sorry, but I still can't believe it's really you.
Neither can we.
You can't imagine how wonderful it is that I can help you in one of your cases. Does this mean it will become a new book? And maybe I will be in it?
It depends who writes them.
Miss, those books aren't really...
Don't even tell me. No, I don't want to know. Let it be a surprise instead.
No, I didn't mean...
Leave it to me, Sonny. I'm good at this. Thank you, miss. Your words are very flattering, and we are honored.
No, I thank you. I'll never forget this day.
We won't either, that's for sure.
We're happy to bring you joy, miss. Anytime.
Thanks, Marty.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we're relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
Okay. But if he's a Quetzalcoatl winged serpent, I'm going to actually shit a brick.
The place seems pretty empty. Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
No security?
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
It's a long list.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
Uh-huh. Sisuus Quetzalcoatl. Okay, we know he's a snake from the little picture, but, I don't need to build a brick house yet.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Is he like Sigmund Freud, though?
Psycho... what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. McChicken.
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet, other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like, Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so.
All the time.
What can you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents. But I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Naturally.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler.
Wow.
The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Wow. She was able to remember the numbers and cross-reference that in her memory to tell me who it was. Or she knows more than she's letting on. But the fact she told us anything is kind of impressive.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Our beaks are sealed.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
That implies he's alive. I think.
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
Ah.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
Where is he?
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
What?
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty, but they feel exactly the same about us.
Do snakes have snake odor? I've never been around a snake, really.
Exactly.
Eggs?
Great wild ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell. And birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Kudos to the devs for not putting multiple S's in the text. But also, yikes.
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, yes.
Never mind.
I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
I take back my compliment!
I see. That makes sense.
You could have used a wallpaper or plaster.
Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an animal too, like all our residents.
With the significant difference of you being a doctor and not a patient, am I right?
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think.
That is not what the text says.
Is this cell like the others?
I would rather call it a room. But yes, it's like all the others, except there are even bigger ones than this.
Good. Good.
An isle of reason in a sea of insanity.
Insanity is such a strong word, and it's mostly an abstract idea. Where does insanity start, and how long is one not insane? Interesting questions. Am I normal, or are you? Maybe neither of us.
You see, that's something I think about a lot nowadays.
If you like, I can give you an appointment.
Oh, this is your chance, Sonny. Don't miss it. We're already here.
Marty, clock up.
Now, it's probably the fact that I don't think I'd trust anyone that lives with paint flecking off the walls. I don't really trust this guy.
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
Okay, but were you expecting cops or specifically us? Because the difference.
What an introduction.
Pretty big.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin McChicken, from
the Predatory Division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
Delightful.
We're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know. It's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
And he keeps looking at his watch.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
I kind of hope he's okay, and that I'm being just mildly racist on my own because he's a snake in a austere room. But, I'm worried.
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time. His first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
That's, not an answer.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Why?
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
Not well, given the wallpaper.
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Cloville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
That's pretty old.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance. Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Yes, I bet you'd love to pick her apart.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A spare cell would suit her very much.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery. But I can turn that to my advantage.
I can?
I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle.
The painting?
So when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve, maybe the first week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going out for short periods of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
Okay.
He was new to me, an invisible gray ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did. But who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
He's addicted to details. Yeah?
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Wessler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
What baseline are we working with?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a patient.
Daydreamer. How did Albert relate to you?
How did Albert relate to you?
Albert was immensely sophisticated and polite, so much so that his true emotions and thoughts could not be deciphered.
And that's why you thought of him as an exciting case.
That's right, Mr. Featherland. I see you're starting to get to know me in some way.
I'm just doing my job, Doctor.
You and me both.
Stop counter-profiling me!
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He's run away multiple times?
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time, when he failed to come back.
How long's he been missing?
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
But he's confused. I don't know about that one, Chief.
When and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if we'd ever see him again.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He was unrestrained. I could almost say happy.
That was unusual for him?
I had never seen him like that before, Mr. Featherland. He just smiled and stared at the empty wall for hours.
Drugged up?
Did he ever tell you what happened to him outside?
Of course he did. Albert and I had a good relationship. He was working on a painting for his brother.
Yeah?
Was it a painting of a lovely lady cat?
Oh, exactly. So you already knew about that?
Yes, Dr. Quetzal, I've seen it.
Huh.
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous?
Albert was hurting himself. And on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Exactly. He was obsessed. Right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out, or cut off, I don't know exactly, and he was blinded in one eye, or rather, one of his eyes was missing entirely.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any explanation as to what had happened. They simply told me it was some kind of accident.
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert.
I don't know about the confused part.
Confused. Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Mr. Featherland, but even I could determine his tongue was either cut out or bitten off, and his eye was gouged out. He also had several broken bones.
But there's no doubt it wasn't an accident.
I don't believe it was, Mr. Featherland.
What kind of accident would do that?
I totally agree.
He's addicted to details, so the first question is more likely to get me things up. Anything he says that he thinks could have happened is just conjecture.
Pull yourself together, Doctor. What was Albert's condition after the incident?
Mind your tone, Detective.
Sorry, Doc. I can see you're disturbed by these memories.
How could I not be? I'm not a monster. We're talking about a mutilated animal here.
So, what was he like after the incident?
Even more silent than ever. No surprise, I suppose. He was not only silent in words, but also in his soul and spirit.
What do you mean by that?
He never painted anything again, and his seizures completely stopped.
Uh-huh.
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
A few weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more safe one.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared. His door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
I feel like this episode's going to give me a permanent frown with how much I'm scowling.
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
I thought my focus was better than that. I thought only that last question was off. But, nah. I was double checking to see if Eben had a missing or a glass eye. Looks like his eyes are fine. None of the notes seem to Nothing new.
This picture.
Well, it must have been made by one of the patients, so it's understandable.
It's the handiwork of our director. He's not only a scientist, but he's a great painter, too.
I see.
Well, it's lovely to have a hobby, right?
That's right, Marty. That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his room. Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Okay.
Well, that's surprising.
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
Graffiti included?
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
Delightful.
No way. Is this some kind of puzzle?
I don't think so. But we could still find something important here. A pattern, a sign, anything.
Cat in the Hat. Drooling. A field of blue eyes. A cop car. The mansion. A fox. Counting from 1 to 8. A A Waluigi going, wah! Oh. Why can I do that?
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
Just use your imagination, old bird.
Marty, stand outside.
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems. Perfect chaos.
That's just my desk.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
I do say so.
Look at that. A letter.
I'm looking. I'll look at it in a second. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else to look at. Very well. Items! Letter. Oh, and the...
Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved...
I can't pick it up or move it. I know I don't exist. I don't exist because you don't see me. But I'm not what you think I am. Are you gonna read this or do I need to read
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that.
No, let me read that again. But I'm not what you think I am. I don't think about me, do you? Never. No. I think of you every day, every minute, always. In my dreams, I've become one with him, one soul. You know who I'm talking about, right? Can you feel it? Can you feel that I'm there too, with you? Do you feel it, right? I can't hold it in myself for long. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, please. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. The world is crashing down. The whole world is rotting and rotting. Everything is rotting around me. I have to get out of here to become one with my destiny and one with you. Forgive me.
Albert was... What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
Murder-suicide.
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions, Marty.
Ugh, you're killing me. So, what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
But I'm not done. I'm not done.
What can you tell us about the woman in the photo we saw in Albert's room?
Do you mean Miss Natasha Katsenko?
Yeah, that one.
Yes. I don't know much about her, but everyone heard her name and her voice around here.
Did she ever visit this place?
Never. But if you ask me, Natasha probably didn't even know Albert was a resident of our institution.
And Albert, did he mention her often?
Constantly. It was obvious he had an affection for Miss Katsenko, but I wouldn't have thought for a moment he could escape because of her.
I wouldn't jump ahead, Doctor. Something else could be behind Albert's disappearance.
Do you think so? All the signs clearly indicate this.
Maybe they do, Doctor, but in my line of work, logic's not always the best advisor.
In 99% of cases.
Exactly. But this one typically belongs to the remaining 1%.
If you say so. Farewell, Miranda, dear. Lovely to meet you.
So, you'll remember my name?
Marty McChicken never forgets, ma'am.
Oh,
Furry gods. Let's go. Goodbye, miss. It was a pleasure.
Goodbye, gentlemen, and happy investigating.
Marty is having way too much enjoyment in flustering her.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
If there's anything I can help you with, please just ask.
Thank you, Miranda. You've already helped enough.
Marty! Back to the hotel. But
Oh, I don't believe this. Those two again?
Take him out. My car won't last much longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Fuck your car. Oop. Got your lights, bitch. Ow.
Concentrate, Marty, for the god's sake.
Can you drive like you're not a fucking lunatic?
Shut up and shoot, you big feather pillow.
Wait, where are they? Oh, there you are. Bitch.
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
Come on, Marty. We got this. Got him. Be gone, thought.
Whew. Well, that was close.
Whew. That was. And with that exciting bit, though, we're over time. Which means I gotta call a close to this episode. So I hope you all enjoyed. And will join me next time. Next Tuesday for more Chicken Police Painted Red. With a little bit of subtitle drop there with the bad dream nightmare thing. But that'll have to be it from me for now. So hope you all enjoy. I'm Dr. Beake, and bye for now. Hey.